But another story I have that kind of rolls into that, and we can kind of see where this Marxism's coming from, is that there's another story about Biden and what Biden's talking about doing. Now, this plan, nobody's confirmed it yet.
Okay.
But there's rumor, so let's just say it's rumor, that he's got this plan that what he's going to do is he's going to use private firms to go in and monitor military members' social media accounts for extremist language.
I've heard about this one. I've heard about
That's
that.
dangerous.
Yeah, and so legally he can't do that. The federal government can't do that. So he's trying to go around that by using a private firm to monitor. But now some of the sides, and this is both sides, have their problems with this. Like some of them saying it's not going to work because it's going to be flawed. It's flawed at the get-go, right? Because you're going to get so many false positives because of what people say. It's like listening to somebody on a phone tap, right? You're not getting the full meaning of what people are saying. Just because they use like bomb doesn't mean that they're a terrorist. They could be carrying out a totally different conversation, talking about something else, but you're picking up on these words, and now they're being flagged for.
Okay, let's just use the example. You used the word bomb, but let's just say who decides what stream language is?
Correct. So who's doing that? Do we have an algorithm that's doing that? So the computer picks up and now you flag these people and they have nothing to do with.
What stream language? Is it a right-wing? Statement?
Yeah, who knows? It's
extreme?
Who knows?
Because it is being labeled now. If you say anything that is right-leaning, then you're extremist.
Well, you can't even. You can't even define that because it means differently to everybody.
Correct.
So there's no way you can even define that what language is what.
But the ones in power can decide. And see what I'm saying?
Sure.
They're in reality the only ones who decide nowadays.
Exactly.
So my take on it would be that, you say something like, I don't like Biden. Well, they're going to use that. They can use that as extreme language, right?
Right.
Because you're disagreeing with whoever's in power at the time, right?
And
vice versa. Vice versa, it would be the same if, let's say, if Trump was still in office and you said something bad about Trump. I mean, if one side's going to do it, you have to think in your mind, well, would the other side could do the same thing. So both sides need to watch what they pass and what they do, right?
Right.
Because it can be used against them when they gain.
Which has
already happened throughout history. It's happened.
Yeah. Well, and that's why there's supposed to be an actual constitutional thing called checks and balances.
Correct.
That's why we have it, you know. But who actually follows that?
That's
nowadays,
why we vote, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Wait a second.
Wait.
Did we?
They wouldn't do that. Voting's sacred.
I know. I think I voted for the right person. Now I'm questioning my vote. Where it went?
I know I voted for it. I don't know about the person who was checking my vote voting for me.
Yeah. Might have been.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and that's that person.
Man. Well, but that's kind of dangerous for them to establish something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. So there has been like some people that have said no, they haven't heard anything, seen anything through like DOD channels. They haven't seen anything like that. But then some people say, well, this is the rumor, this is the talk. And would it surprise me?
Right.
No,
I mean, rumors have to come from somewhere.
And I'm sure it's not the first time somebody's thought about doing this.
Correct, because if you look at now what Facebook is doing in Twitter, it started there. Well, I want to say started there, but it got heavily used by canceling, taking down, banning, and then you name it, just kicking you out of any of this platform for using what they deemed to be dangerous or racist.
Right.
And so you're just basically voicing your opinion on something. Let's say you give your opinion on that you believe that marriage should be between a man and a woman. Now you're homophobic. Now you have an extreme position.
Exactly.
Therefore, we're going to cancel you.
Right. Well, take it into you guys remember the story about the Reddit and like GameStop and all that?
Oh, yeah.
So there was these Reddit bloggers that all grouped together, and they went and they started buying stock in GameStop. And then GameStop stock shot up like overnight over $100. And then after that, it was $150, and then $175, and it went all the way up to I think like $360 or something like that at its biggest. And these people came into this Reddit forum, and they just completely shut the entire thing down.
Why?
Like, it's a freedom of speech thing. Like, they're not doing anything illegal. They weren't planning any sort of, like, mass takedown of the stock market or anything like that.
Right.
They just were a group of people who came together and were like, you know what? Hey, we're going to go to these certain businesses. We're going to buy some stock in this. And then, obviously, they probably wrote it up and then sold out after that. But they weren't doing anything illegal. But the government came in and they were just like, government. We don't know if it was the actual government, but that's what everybody says.
Right.
But they come in and completely shut down this blog forum. They find the leaders of this blog forum, and I think they took a couple of them to prison for a little while or something like that.
Something like that.
And it was just ridiculous. It's complete invasion of your civil liberty and rights. It's just completely wrong.
Right. So it went on Facebook too. You see what I'm saying? How they're dictating what they think is dangerous, what they think is extremist, what they think is sexist, homophobic, from you just speaking your opinion on something. So now it's one thing if a platform does it. It's another thing if the government is doing it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Now you're
correct. So it's a whole lot different when a government
because
does
if a private company like platform does it, you just get kicked out. That's it.
Sure.
But if the government does it, now they're after you.
Sure. I mean, some of us have been in Facebook jail before or kicked off. Right?
See,
but yeah, you're right.
I mean, there's a problem with that though, because what if the government is the one who's now corresponding with these platforms to shut you down?
True.
And that is what you're starting to see. You're starting to see government, big left-wing, these liberals come in and they're shutting down these people that they don't agree with.
Which in reality, on the Obama administration, they have someone from Facebook actually somewhere in the White House, somewhere like a West Wing or something like that. They have something that guy will
like social media correspondent or something like that.
Coordinating with the Obama. So who's to tell me that they're not on a weak administration like this guy? They can basically dictate to him, this is what you want to deem as dangerous, and you name it.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a follower. He's a weak guy, so he can just go ahead and do it. Follow it.
Correct.
Tell his guys, and the next thing you know, it's just starting implementing. He's got 4 years to do it.
Correct.
Wow.
It's okay. They're just giving him blank pieces of
totally
paper to sign anyway, so they can just say, "Oh yeah, this is what we're doing," and then he just signs a piece of paper anyway.
Correct.
So it's whatever.
Right.
If they can take out freedom of speech, then that just leads a path to completely destroy the entire Constitution. That's our entire principles are based on the fact that we are free. We are free to say what we want, do what we want. But now it's you're free to do and say what I want you to do.
Yeah, what the government tells you.
Exactly.
Correct.
It's not you can go out and buy whatever gun you want, you can go and do this stuff. Now it's you have to have this big laundry list of things before you can even go into a gun store.
Right.
It's ridiculous the things that they're doing nowadays.
But it's kind of dangerous when the government start getting their hands into that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's touchy ground. It's and it goes against what.
And the problem with the government doing things like opening new programs like that is that once this program get created and they get funded, they are never taken down.
Sure. I mean,
look at the ATF; they're still there. I think the ATF should be defunded.
Sure. Because I don't think alcohol is legal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as there are some places where alcohol isn't legal.
Right.
Certain counties and parts, and then moonshine. Mooch make your own liquor. Okay.
Right.
You don't got a liquor license. You can't make moonshine.
Liquor laws. There's still laws.
You still got liquor laws, right?
Right.
I understand it, but we don't have prohibition's over.
Yeah.
Right. That's when the ATF was
founded and actually
not really founded, but that's when you kind of needed things like that.
Yeah.
The alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, right? Really, the only thing they got to do now, I mean, maybe explosives. I don't know, because they're involved in that. People, bombs are illegal as far as I know. Are they still?
Wait, you're saying my Tannerite I just blew up isn't allowed? Dang it!
So, but yeah, I mean, it's not an organization. Maybe it doesn't need to go away completely, but they need to be railed back. Mm-hmm. Like, and don't be so forceful on their things, because times have changed. We're not living in that era.
In my opinion, I think the ATF is, if we're going to defund the police or something like that, defund the ATF. I don't think we need them anymore.
Right.
I honestly
well,
don't.
and they try to legislate. They're not a legislative branch. They can't make their own legislation.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But they do.
I think they should be defunded.
But
I'm all for it.
But yeah, so I don't know.
All right. How about this one here?
I like that one.
That's a good one. Now, this one is funny, too.
Okay.
This is in California, Hollywood.
Oh crap!
Okay.
Well,
We're back to
who
that
knows
place.
where this is gonna go?
Yeah, a California woman is suing her own parents now for
Okay.
$2 million.
$2 million.
Woo! Because she blamed her parents for her ugly genes. Now here it goes. Here's how the story goes.
I see where this theme's going for your news story. We're talking about ugly people.
She's 44 years old, right?
44, and she's just realizing now she's going. Where the hell she been for
Took
the
a
past
long time.
44 years?
It just clicked 44 years
What,
later.
did she just buy a mirror?
Parents didn't have
Holy
mirrors when
crap!
she was growing up. They didn't want her to see the truth.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth, sweetheart.
I want a mirror for my birthday. You can have one.
You're ugly. Have you looked at us?
He said that she believed her her parents are fully responsible for her unpleasant physical features, which have led her to 3 divorces and a succession of depressions and psychological trauma.
3 divorces.
3 divorces.
3 divorces.
Oh shit! Hang on one second. Both my quote.
Yeah.
Both my parents are so damn ugly. It is simply damn cruel to have her kids. There is no way that they should have been allowed to produce themselves. To reproduce themselves. Now, here's what the left-leaning Democrat side of this woman came in. There should be a government program that sterilizes ugly people.
Are you serious? Wait a second.
We need to expand the government.
So what she's saying is, she would want exterminate herself? Because if that was the case,
Yeah,
she
has
wouldn't
the
be
ugly
here.
genes, she'd be
And we
sterile.
wouldn't have this awesome story right now.
Where was she 45 years ago?
This is the real news.
They should have a government program to sterilize ugly people, at least make it impossible for them to have kids, she added.
So my question, okay, so do you have pictures?
Yeah, that's a picture of her.
Okay, do you have pictures?
Yeah,
of
you,
her?
no, just her.
Oh, just her?
Yeah, I want to see her picture.
Whoa, word.
Oh, jeez.
You know,
3
I don't
divorces.
think
Hold on a
she-
second.
Hold on a second. I don't think. Well, you know, she's a little on the heavy side,
Yeah.
and one eye looks like it's lower than the other.
And it's pointed out one way. I'm not sure if the other...
So
I don't know. I think that other one might be a
It took
glass
her-
eye because this is
my
looking
que-
stationary.
Was she waiting for the right cultural time in society to sue, or
Because you would have saw like.
Did she
'cause
just see something?
why
like
did it take you
open?
this long to figure out? Damn.
What the hell happened to me?
I mean,
Look at my parents.
has it gotten? Is it worse than what it was like? 20 years before? Does she look worse? I don't know. How many? She had 3 marriages.
3 marriages.
So
yeah.
3 dudes apparently at one point thought she was good looking.
Right.
Or these dudes were the same way. Bad genes.
Right.
Bad genes, brother. Got some bad genes.
Now here it goes. During her first divorce, now this is funny. I'm quoting, by the way.
Okay.
During my first divorce, my ex-husband told the judge that every morning he saw my face, he felt nauseous, and he often had to run to the bathroom to puke.
Then why did he marry her in the first place?
It's probably a
Can you imagine
Whitechapel
this
thing
guy?
in Vegas or
Can you
something like
imagine
that. Got a little too drunk.
Your Honor!
I think you just nailed it right there, right?
Married
I
with ring
think-
pops or
I
something.
think- B&W pack tip of the day. All right? First, don't marry anybody, whether you're a man or a woman, that you meet in the bar drunk.
Especially
There's
in
these
Vegas.
things called beer goggles. They look good when you're drunk, but when you sober up,
Yeah.
the reality is
Yes. Tip number 2.
2. Okay,
Go meet the parents.
meet the parents.
Parents. There you go.
And tip number 3, always have a sober person with you.
When you go to the bar, you know how they assign a driver when you go to the bar? Assign a sober guy.
It's like that movie, Shallow Hal. He wasn't drunk. It's a whole other story. If you've seen the movie, you'll get it. But his friend tried to get him. Dude, those women do not look good.
He's like, I got this. They're great.
That's beer gone.
I just pictured the husband pleading with the judge. Your Honor, every time I wake up, I see the devil.
I wonder what the judge said. Like, yeah, I tend to agree with you.
He's like, it's sustained.
He's looking at the jury.
I rule in favor of the husband. Get her out of the courtroom.
We need a bunch of chains out here.
You're free. She's going to prison.
For being that.
You're gonna go with that Chinese woman.
We're gonna put you both.
We're gonna put you both. You're swindlers.
You're deceiving a bunch of. No, she was not deceiving a bunch
She
of
wasn't
men.
deceiving.
No.
She wasn't deceiving.
Wait a minute. But this is the first guy.
Yeah.
The story doesn't say how long he's been married to her, but a woman can be ugly to you, but
Sure.
not to anybody, but
Sure.
to the husband, the
Sure.
wife is the most beautiful thing
Right.
you could ever marry,
Right.
right? You said
Right.
the most-
Hopefully.
Exactly.
You would hope that's
but
what
to
it
you,
is.
Well,
but
that's
to
the
you, your
reason why you
wife,
married
her,
exactly.
right?
So you're married. Your
Right.
wife to you is beautiful.
Right.
To everybody else can be ugly,
Right.
but to you she's beautiful.
Correct.
But for this dude to go and tell the judge, Your Honor, every time I see this woman in the morning, I gotta go puke.
There's the
I
first
guess my
step
question
right there.
as a judge to him would have been, did you see her before you got there?
What, you have a brown paper
Did you
sack
have
over her
like?
head?
Did you have the typical dating ritual, like you guys went out and saw each other, or was this like?
Well, this is like an arranged
Oh,
marriage.
online?
Yeah.
No video cameras
Yeah.
worked or anything?
Was she on Tinder but not showing her real picture? I don't know.
Oh shit! All right, so here it goes. The 44-year-old plans on starting a association for people who have similar problems and who wish to sue their ugly parents. Ugly parents.
So my question is, is this got any traction in the legal system? Like, does it look like she could win, or, I mean, are her
Or does it
parents
say she
wealthy?
did
She
win,
wants
or-
$2 million. No, it doesn't say. That it doesn't say.
Where the hell's the $2 million gonna
I might
come
have
from?
an update on this. Who knows when?
Well, I mean, in California, $2 million is basically like
True.
nothing.
That's
so
a
it-
shanty down by the beach.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a
She's
whole
like
shanty.
that's like a one
That's a whole
bedroom, one
shanty.
bathroom.
That's a dome tent on Venice Beach.
That's your tent and ski rod, right?
Yeah.
All right, so here it goes. She also hopes to lobby the State Department in the near future to pass see what I'm saying? Now she wanted a government program to sterilize ugly people. Now she's want the State Department to pass legislation on banning people who don't meet the decent beauty.
You know, that sounds a lot like Germany prior to World War II. They didn't
Blonde hair, blue eyes.
They started with the mentally ill
Yeah.
and the disabled. That's who they started getting rid of first.
No.
Right.
Right? Or maybe the ugly ones too. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
those-
yeah, it was the Aryan race.
For
you know,
those
right.
that
they went after
don't
those
meet,
ones.
to those who don't meet the decent beauty criteria, those people should be sterilized or not be allowed to give in birth, so as to prevent others from suffering as much as she did as a child.
So I'm taking it she's a pro-choice advocate.
Wait, but if you're ugly,
Only if you're ugly, though. But we don't know if they're ugly until you. Oh, because she's saying don't let the parents breed.
Don't let the parents breed because
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
the baby
because they're
will be
ugly.
no matter what.
because the ugly kids.
It's nice when people try to play God.
The reason why I'm suffering is because you are ugly. So I hope my kids don't sue me.
I guess she's never met two.
Are you gonna sue your parents?
I guess she's never met two good. Well, I'm pretty ugly, but I don't.
Will your kids sue you?
My kids look great, and my kids' look great.
Now let me ask you, will you sue your parents?
Absolutely not.
My mom ain't got $2 million.
I just put this idea out. Sorry, if you are ugly, don't sue your parents, please.
I guess
That's
she
a bad
doesn't
idea.
realize I've
Bad
seen.
idea.
But I've met people that are really good looking have ugly kids.
Yeah.
I've met good looking
I mean-
people that have ugly kids.
Hey,
What-
like,
I've
they're-
seen
like-
ugly
like
people
the-
who
what
have
if
good-looking kids. So
what if
I've
they
seen
have-
it goes both ways.
Well, what if they had a surgery then? And at least the woman had the guts to say, "Listen, honey, I gotta show you a picture of me." Oh!
I think they need. I think they
Right.
need. I think these two women need to do some genealogy. They might be related. Somehow they might be related, right? But I don't. So I was saying though, is she getting any traction? I mean,
No, it doesn't say it. The story just ends right there.
Okay.
That she just wants to basically lobby to the State Department to sterilize ugly people.
the eyes and the beauty of the beholder, man. I mean,
Exactly.
She just thinks she's ugly.
Well,
Well, maybe she's been told with her 3 husbands, "You're ugly." But then I'm like, why did you?
Well, I
marry
mean, with
her?
the first one for sure, because
He throws up every morning he wakes up.
yeah, I know, right?
I wonder if he still does because he wakes up and
Wait,
just has like.
but had-
Wait
wait a second.
He could sue her for PTSD.
Wait a second.
Yeah, there you go.
Wait a
Even though,
second.
Your Honor, I'm no longer with it, but I still have those memories
Maybe
embedded in my head.
Maybe he's throwing up every morning because he's coming off the hangover from drinking the night before.
To forget about it.
To make it look a little bit better.
He's like having he's reoccurring. He maybe has PTSD. He's recurring his wedding night over and over and over again.
I have a
Drinks
drink.
to forget.
I have a drink in Plalo, Your Honor.
I have a drink.
Have you seen
and
my
it's
wife?
her.
Have you seen my wife? She's my drinking problem.
She's driving me to drink, literally.
I rule for the husband.
Apparently it did because the man got his divorce.
Oh man.
But how long he was married to this woman before he realized, damn, brother, damn, woman.
And I'm saying 3 times. It's 3 different people. I mean,
Yeah.
we got a ratio going on here. Let's throw out some statistics.
Yeah.
See what the probability of error is.
Do we need
for
some
these.
graphs and charts?
We need
Let's
graphs
get
and
let's
charts.
get some visuals up in here.
We need you to marry more men. Our sample size is too small.
Get over to Vegas, please. Let's chop chop.
We need more data.
We're gonna send you to China
And meet this guy, Fang.
and meet this guy Fang.
We'll give you 100,000 to get plastic surgery first.
He just made 120 grand. He's rich. He's rich, I tell you.
He just made a predator. Let's see if he can make an alien.
Or maybe that woman. Maybe we need to link the woman up in China. She needs to send that woman to the same person that fixed her.
Yes.
There you go.
And why has she thought about that? Can she not afford that? Probably can't afford it. Probably
Maybe that's what she wanted to do.
Yeah, that's why she wants the $2 million. There you
Oh,
go.
wow.
2
What's
million.
What's she want to look like? Trump's wife?
I know, right?
She's good looking.
But those plastic surgeons, they're not gods, man. They don't make miracles.
True.
I mean, they can do the best they can, but they're like, dude,
Yeah, because
damn, you're still ugly. We need another 4 million.
Yeah.
True, because Michael Jackson looked better before.
True.
Yeah. He looked way worse after.
Yeah.
He should have just stayed the
He
way.
should have stayed
Yeah,
black.
he wasn't a bad looking guy.
No. In all seriousness, the way he looked now when he was white, damn, brother.
Kind of scary.
Yeah.
Like something
He
that
was
would
a
come out of
good-looking
like
guy.
Rocky
Yeah, he
Horror
was a good looking
Picture
guy.
Show or something
Back
like
when
that.
he was
Very
Jackson
charismatic,
5
yeah.
and when he went on his own
Yeah.
with Billy, he looked. It was,
Yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with
No.
it, but and, things do things to people.
Yeah,
you know?
shit.
Fame.
I know, right?
That's why we're not famous.
Yeah, all right.
We're gonna be all right.
And I'm confident my kids
You're
will
gonna
not-
be your same skin color for the rest of your life.
What are you trying to say? I'm damned?
We don't want it to be W and W, Mac.
That's just
That's what happens
Oh,
when
sorry,
I...
my bad. I'll get
That's
it.
what happens when I bring a white, another white.
That's just
I'm a true minority here.
You're the token one.
Yeah, see, now I feel I need to scoot over a little bit more off the screen. Next thing I know, we're gonna have another white guy right here.
You're hired.
Give me that laptop.
What happened to the brown guy? I don't know.
I don't know. That's a good one though. I like that one. I would love a follow up on that, but I doubt there'll ever be one. So
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, that's all I got, brother.
That's all I got. Too.
That's all I got.
All right, I'm done.
All right, me too.